to the week.
Gentlemen, couple reminders for this
and
match.
was
Right
not convincing in his first round match.
Patrick facing this side, okay?
Oh no, Gabas is the chair umpire for our second quarter-final.
Flavio, can you please use the number 1? Okay, number 2 for you, Roberto. 4 locations for the shot clock, the 4 corners, so please keep an eye on them, it's automatic. We have a live electronic 9 calling system in effect, so it's make all the calls with the foot fault included. And the TV changeover as well for this match, okay? Any questions from you? No? Flavio, I got ATP or the world? ATP. ATP. Perfect. ATP it is. Receive, picture please.
No hesitation at all. Flavio Cobolli wins the toss and opts to receive.
Damit starten wir mit der Spielervorstellung auf der rechten Seite des Schiedsrichterstuhls Flavio Cobolli aus Italien. Genauer ist in Florenz geboren.
So under the roof on a windswept, at times rainy Hamburg, we're all set here for our second quarter-final of the day. Flavio Cobolli from Italy against Roberto Bautista Agut, the Spaniard, age 37, oozing confidence and experience, of course. And a reminder, the winner of this match will play Thomas Martin Etcheverry, who was impressive in dispatching Yuri Lehechka a little earlier today in straight sets. Many people thought that would go all the way. So Etcheverry, our first semi-finalist, Cobolli Bautista Agut, about to get underway for the right to play him in Friday's semi-final. So chilly conditions, as we've said. It's been a mixed bag as well of weather this week, hasn't it? As indeed it has in terms of the level of this young man, but significantly an improvement from round 1 to round 2. If you were with us early in the week, you'll have seen him really struggling against Vitaly Sachko, the lucky loser from Ukraine. He was broken 5 times, 48 unforced errors in that first round match, and he tightened things up nicely over on court 1 against Davidovich Fokina and reduced those 48 errors down to 31. And all round was just more impressive, and particularly given that he trailed 2-1 in the first set and it was 5-2 down in the second. As Jonathan mentioned a little earlier, it did look for all the world as if it was going to go to a deciding set, but he got the job done, there we can see, in 2 straight sets, 6-4, 7-5. Plenty of support for both players. The Malaga flag is out for Bautista Agut, and he finally got rid of that horrible statistic that we were mentioning in the previous match. 29 straight matches against top 20 players on clay, all of them lost, stretching back to 2014, and finally at the 30th attempt got the win against Francis Tiafoe in the previous round. Very impressively indeed, just doing what Bautista Agut does, not missing, really consistent play, high level. Only 13 unforced errors in the entire match. The forehand quality was good, over 8 on the insights index. Backhand was pretty good as well. And if he can produce that kind of level today against Cobolli, much more inexperienced of the 2 players, only 23 years old, then he should be in a good place for a place in the semi-final. It would be his first semi-final on clay since Kitzbühel 2022, the last time he lifted a trophy on the clay. It would also, first meeting by the way between these two, a victory today would also see Bautista Agut return to the top 50, which again is outstanding for a player in the twilight of his career. As we mentioned earlier in the week, he just looks almost unchanged. Has looked exactly the same for the last 10-15 years on the tour. Even the hair has stubbornly refused to go grey. So Alberto Camarata and Giulio Rubini in the Cobolli box, and there is José Luis Vendrell, the long-term coach of Bautista Agut. So what sort of which, I suppose, Flavio Cobolli is going to turn up today. Can he keep the improvement going that we've seen match on match during this week, or will we see, perhaps under a little bit of pressure from this man, a return to the slightly erratic play that we saw in the first round and indeed in the run-up to this week? So the stage is set for our second quarter-final of the day here in Hamburg, the Bit Panda Hamburg Open, on another chilly day today. Blustery, windswept. One or two of the practice sessions we're hearing from our colleague Richard Connolly were cut short because of the weather. And those sunny VTs we were showing you earlier on from earlier in the week seem a long time ago. Anyway, we're all cozy under the roof, and it is Bautista Agut to get us underway. This for a place in the semi-final.
Nehmen Sie schnell Platz, bitte. Danke.
Just waiting for spectators to take to their seats.
Yeah, please take a seat behind the player, thank you. Wait, please, wait, please, wait. Ready? Play. Oh. 15-0, 15. Left for serve. Oh.
Well, the longer the rally goes on, the more you would favour Bautista Agut ordinarily, but it's Cobolli who comes out on top of that early exchange.
We're going to see plenty of rallies like that over the next few hours, that's for sure. These heavy conditions. Did see Lasciate forcing the issue a fair amount in the first match, but here two guys more than comfortable to grind it out.
And whoever started applying the word grind of the baseline tennis player probably had Bautista Agut in mind. I don't know when that first came into our lexicon, but it's perfect for this guy. What an engine he's got.
He's also impressed us with his tennis, hasn't he, over the last couple of rounds. Rivaling Felix, I would say, as player of the tournament so far. And it's a big opportunity for somebody. It's wide open on this quarterfinals day, with the seats tumbling yesterday. Any one of the players remaining, and of course we're now down to 7. Any one of them could feel like they could be lifting the trophy on Saturday.
Oh. Spiel Bautista.
Comfortable start for Bautista Agut. Well, I think that's the general feeling before the tournament started, was that there was no obvious winner, with all due respect to Sasha Zverev, and since we've seen him obviously go out, but perhaps not necessarily the players who are left in here. I mean, people are talking quite strongly about the likes of Cerundolo, for example, being a candidate to lift the trophy.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he lost to Lehechka. But a week before a Grand Slam, it makes for a very unpredictable tournament. But 500 ranking points available for the winner. Big prize check as well for players at this sort of level. And this is a really important week, and they're a couple of wins away from very fruitful returns. And if you look at Bautista Agut, for example, he's got 974 ranking points on his tennis CV, if you like. That's the rolling 12-month ranking. So you don't need to have a A-level in maths to know that if he wins 500 for winning this title, what a difference that is going to make.
Yeah, back inside the top 50 if he wins today. You know, and at 37, that's impressive.
That second. Seconds, 30 love. Here to go, 40. What? Here to Clinton, 40-15.
It's been very difficult trying to work out what's been happening with Cobolli. As we mentioned earlier in the week, that title in Bucharest stands rather in isolation, apart from this week, because he was not great before and not great after.
Here to Grazie, 40-30.
No, not great in the first round here, and a lot better in the second.
Got there in the end. So both players have set out their stall nice and early and get the early hold.
No 15, low 15. 15 by 15.
As well as the level that we mentioned this this player played at in the previous match, it's just the consistency, just continuing to do really good things again and again and again.
He was particularly effective when he landed his first serve against Tiafoe, winning 81% of the points. Didn't actually make it as many times as he would like. 52% was his first serve percentage. 18 winners on the day. That's big for Roberto.
Surprise, surprise, he wins another long rally. He was also very impressive at the net. We don't often say that of Bautista Agut, but he came forward quite regularly and with success.
Yes, Flavio, it's going to be a long afternoon for you.
That's it.
Bautista.
Well, once again, the surface just keeping the ball low. But Bautista Agut takes full advantage and moves ahead. Early stages still, but we're on serve here in our second quarter-final.
Thank you. Dankeschön.
The other thing we should just remind people of course, many people will know this, but Bautista Agut is not a natural clay courter. It's not the surface he's most comfortable on, unlike many other Spaniards. And so those stats are even more remarkable. Well played.
30 nun.
Yeah, very comfortable on all surfaces. A lot of success on all surfaces. Wimbledon semi-final on the grass, of course. famous cancellation of the Stag weekend.
Ibiza, was it, from memory?
Yeah. Who expected that?
Now,
made the most of it.
Well, I think we were both there. I can't remember the year. '18?
40.
I'll have to check that. But he had his friends who he was supposed to have gone to Ibiza with in the box that day, 2019, just being confirmed.
Well, who wants to go there when you can get a centre court ticket?
Game set.
That was 2019, which was a really successful summer for them.
Game set.
Built on that Wimbledon run on the American hard courts, made the quarterfinals of Montreal and Cincinnati.
Oh, he's done well to dig that out. Awkward ball. So well played, Cobolli. Looks as though he's settling down nicely into this quarter-final.
Well, they know this is a winnable match for their man, but has to play a fair chunk of it, you would feel, on his own terms. Really try and go after these points, try to win them. Can't sit around hoping against a player of Bautista Agut's quality.
And love 15.
He was miserly in his previous match on unforced errors against Tiafoe, just the 13 in the entire match, Bautista Agut. A couple there of enforced errors, uncharacteristically, put the Spaniard in a spot of bother here. Early opportunity for the Italian. Ouch.
0-40. Love 40.
Now then, even though the sun's not shining, he needs to make hay here. 3 priceless opportunities here for Cobolli.
He's done well to get that over the net, striking the tape as it did with the underslice.
No, that looked as though it was going wide from the moment it left the strings, and there is the breakthrough. And it's come out of nowhere, really. But it's gone to Flavio Cobolli, who is looking good here with a break at 3-2. So this is the scene outside the main centre court at Amburgo. Chilly all day.
Time.
Showers coming and going, but we're all tucked up under the roof here on centre court, and Flavio Cobolli serving here with that early break. That's terrific ball striking from Cobolli. Where was that level of play in the first round against Sachko?
It's good assertive play, isn't it? That's what we talk about, winning the points on his terms, although he has been getting plenty of errors from Bautista Agut today. 5 of them off the forehand wing. A couple in that last game, including the drop shot at the end of it.
Well, Bautista Agut is convinced that ball landed wide, and I must say, from our commentary position, that looked away. And the spectators have just seen the replay on the big screen, and that has taken just a chunk of the line. But
yeah, it's a good example of where the umpires have been told electronic line calling overrules the mark in the clay. You go and inspect that in previous years.
it's long. Yeah, you're right. The umpire will not be getting out the chair. It's as simple as that.
30-15.
By the way, that ends a sequence of 10 out of 11 points in Cobolli's favour. Not what you would expect against Bautista Agut. Vital for the Spaniard to win that point.
He's striking the ball really confidently. Okay, he missed that particular shot, but this is a different level to the match we saw in round one. Sadly, his second round match was on the adjacent court, so we didn't see much of that. That's well played. That's the shot he was trying to produce on the previous point. This time he got it right.
40-30.
Well, he's 14 years Roberto Bautista Agut's junior, so the arrogance of youth, the sprightly player dancing around that one, really wants to use every last inch of the court, try and wear his more experienced opponent down. Almost said elderly there. God, that would have been bad.
What a rally that is.
Cobolli.
Well, both players way out of the doubles tram lines, and in the end it's an exquisite bit of touch that wins the point.
Well, that's one way of getting the steps up. I mean, look at the ground that is covered by both players. This shot from Roberto Bautista Agut, how does he not win the point with that? But Cobolli, so good to retrieve it, and then the touch there. That is not easy.
Point of the match so far, and both players breathing heavily.
It's a 50. Oh, 15 Beine. 15. Seconds, 30-50. Die Sequenz 40-50. Let forsøg.
Well, a badly needed service hold from Bautista Agut. He's certainly starting to feel like one-way traffic. Still a breakdown, but still competitive in this opening set. Had the draw for the French Open starting next week arrive in our inboxes. And starting with these two players, Bautista Agut against Holger Rune. Really difficult opening round match for RBA. Cobolli with new balls, by the way. That's nice. He's played the drop shot well so far. And Cobolli in Paris will play a qualifier, so he doesn't know his opponent yet. But, it's an interesting draw.
It is an interesting draw. Sinner obviously the top seed, Alcaraz the second seed. Always interesting, I think, to look at it quarter by quarter, and Sinner potentially to play Draper. The second quarter looks really interesting to me. So that quarter's got Zverev, who's the third seed, and Djokovic, the former champion, but also the likes of Medvedev, Dimitrov, Felix Auger-Aliassime, Francisco Cerundolo, Shapovalov. A lot of good players in there.
A couple of those in good form, not least Felix.
Alcaraz is quartered down the bottom, while he could play Casper Ruud in the last 8. The likes of Tsitsipas, Tommy Paul and Ben Shelton in there. The quarter of opportunity, as I would describe it, is the third quarter. Taylor Fritz, the highest seed. Musetti's in there as well.
Well, double quick time, Cobolli starting to tighten his grip on this opening set. Looking very good indeed. Yeah, that third quarter does look very good in terms of going deep.
Yeah. Well, Musetti obviously has the results in the Masters 1000 on this surface. Could that be a big breakthrough for him potentially? You know, there's a semi-finalist out of someone in that quarter. And the seeds are Fritz, Musetti, Rune, Tiafoe, and then Korda, Mickelson, Nakashima, Mahach.
A lot of Americans in there who are not natural clay quarters.
I'm fancying the winner of Musetti Rune. There you go, Chris.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree. Just wide. I mean, Musetti, who just, I think this week announced that he and his partner are expecting a second child. Could be a double celebration for the Musetti household. Well, having said how consistent and how few unforced errors he'd made against Frances Tiafoe, it's a different Bautista Agut we're seeing today in this first set so far. Shorter ball, inviting Bautista to come forward, and he did, and took full advantage.
Well, it's only his second winner of the set. And we're up to 34 minutes and we're in the 9th game, so that in itself tells a story. Nicely played.
Suggesting that one of the balls may be a little soft, not for the first time.
Spiel, Bautista.
An important hole there for Bautista. Agut. Cobolli will have to serve it out here. Cobolli then with the break at 5-4.
Other interesting matches to pick out from that Roland Garros first round, Chris. Zverev starts against Lerner Tian, the young American, and that's going to be a difficult match for Zverev, particularly if he is feeling so under the weather. Said after his defeat last night that he'd been basically up all night being physically ill and high temperature, so maybe a chance for Tian. Richard Gasquet will be playing his final Roland Garros. Could play Yannick Sinner in the second round if Gasquet can get past his compatriot Terence Atman. That would be a nice centre stage to go out on, wouldn't it?
Well, that would be a terrific occasion.
Perhaps the pick of the matchups, if you like, is Hubert Hurkacz against João Fonseca. What one Hurkacz would want.
So if you're just joining us, you're very welcome. A reminder that Thomas Martin Etcheverry is already through to the semi-final. He will play the winner of this match, which Flavio Cobolli leads with an early break. A slightly subpar performance based on the way he's been playing this week from Roberto Bautista Agut so far. Needs to retrieve the break of serve here. That's a good start.
0-15, love 15.
Only the 6th point that Cobolli has lost on serve so far. Hasn't been taken to deuce yet.
That's a super strike. Two excellent shots. The forehand drilled deep into the corner, and he had to cover quite a bit of ground to take on that overhead on the full.
It's 15-30.
It's rather ambitious. So can he carve out a first break point of the set?
Da ist Singolare. 30.
Well, what a change-up that was from Cobolli. And from there, you thought he was going to go on and win the point, but all credit to Bautista Agut. And he now has his chance to break back.
Oh, Pepe Vendrell clenching the fist. He knows how good that defence was from his man in the forehand corner. Some attack from Cobolli, which Roberto somehow withstood.
Well, what a way to hand back the initiative. And this is why you cannot write this man off at all. Just hanging around. All the pressure was on Cobolli. And it's as you were.
Bautista Agut has not been at his best, and nowhere near as many winners as we were seeing in the match against Tiafoe, but here he is, 5 games all, doing what he does, and that retrieval on the 30-all point could be the clear turning point.
And that one's away, and that was a little hot-headed from Cobolli. And you can probably pick up the rain beating down on the roof. One or two players this week have found a soft ball and taking it out of circulation. Great defence again. Well, it's a copy and paste, isn't it? The backhand down the line against most players would have won him the point, Cobolli, but this man somehow dug it out and made him play one more ball. Brilliant response here from Bautista Agut to turn this set around.
Well, he's there in just enough time, isn't he? And it's
at Roland Garros next week. That's nice. I think Dunlop were being used last week in Rome from memory.
Love 15.
Yeah, it's one of the problems really the sport faces, because essentially it's a commercial deal.
Yeah.
So how do you get the consistency?
That's nice. Took care of that volley really nicely. Got down low.
Firm send by the 15 all.
And crucially ends the sequence of points against him at 7. Looking a little more concerned than at any stage in this set, which of course he led 4-2 and then 5-3.
Clean winner this time, and once again the inside-in forehand was the killer blow.
30-15.
All about the footwork here in his backhand corner. Look at the room that he has to make for himself. You always need to create that little bit more room than maybe you think, because of the trajectory of the ball coming at you.
Nice glimpse there of what a good slider Bautista Agut is.
Field sequence. 40-15. Cobolli.
Well, he needed that, didn't he? And having had a chance to serve out the first set, we are now into a tie-break.
He hasn't quite been to set point, but has been 2 points away from it. Failed to serve it out. 3 games in a row for Bautista Agut, but now 1 back for Cobolli. Competitive first set of the second quarter-final.
This time it's Bautista Agut with the change up down the line.
1-0, Bautista Agut.
Adelante, cuando puedas, apareces también, ¿eh? Vamos, vamos. Venga, ánimo.
Well, incredible. What defence again from Bautista Agut. How many more shots did Cobolli have to make to win the point?
There's a moment here after the serve where Bautista Agut pushes himself off the sideboards because he's that wide, like an Olympic swimmer turning for home. Recovered really well, but not quite enough to win the point. We've had some good exchanges, haven't we? It's a big battle, this.
It's 5-9.
Well, both players will take that after a long rally.
1, Cobolli.
Yeah, it's just come into bloom, hasn't it, this opening set now. Both players playing really well at the same time. Oh, brilliant. Lightning quick.
Well, I don't think anyone expected him to get to that, let alone effectively hit a winner. I mean, this is remarkable. Off he runs, into picture he comes, just about scrapes it up. Takes Roberto completely by surprise.
It's fine.
And it was a good drop shot. Let's not overlook that fact.
3-2, Cobolli.
Well, what movement that was. I'd like to see that again and see how far above the ground the ball was when he actually made contact. Must have been millimeters. Turning the screw and changing ends with the mini break advantage.
4-2, Cobolli.
Well, he had to come from behind in regulation, and he's going to have to do the same in the tie-break.
Yeah, same score, isn't it? 4-2 was the lead for Cobolli when he held behind the break of serve. Just the 1 point against the serve.
Well, defence against attack, and it's defence who wins again.
4-3, Cobolli.
That's why you just keep making your opponent play. One more shot.
So back on serve in the breakup. Oh dear, that will hurt after all the effort and energy invested in the previous point.
Danke.
And he's there again. And surely now, this first set is there for the taking for Cobolli.
Well, that's two exceptional running forehand winners in the game. I mean, I think he put the first one down as a winner as well, even though Roberto got half a racket to it. There's just stunning speed, and the way he times his slide, it's exceptional.
So just shy of an hour's play. Cobolli has 3 set points.
Oh.
Well, 1 down. It's not over till it's over.
6-4, 6-4, Cobolli.
Good value, isn't it, for the spectators in today?
Yeah, only the first set of the second match. A lot of tennis still to be played today. Semi-finals tomorrow, final Saturday. Definitely a day when you want to be playing early, I would say. Get as much rest as you can. And that's Echeverry, our first semi-finalist.
Well played. Fittingly, it's a fizzing forehand that seals the deal. And that's a really impressive set of tennis from both players. Fabulous defence from Bautista Agut, but this man, I think, deserves it. Went up a break, was broken back, got himself ahead in the breaker, and finally sealed it on the tie break.
That you can see they're all issued with the reusables, as many as they need. It's good to see. It's
time.
You know, it should be mandatory, frankly.
Yeah, no, I agree. Just thinking back as you were talking there to Rafa and his meticulous lining of the water bottles.
Yeah, he wouldn't allow that, would he?
Feels like a different era now, doesn't it? Well, what can we... Sorry, go on.
It will also feel a different era when we completely eliminate single-use plastics, and we'll wonder why we allowed it to happen so much.
Indeed, well said.
what's going on down there? Don't say we haven't got a leak or something, hopefully.
We may well have a leak. Something which has taken umpire Gamas out of the chair. There is a camera there. I don't think that was the issue. Something that Bautista Agut had noticed. So a slight delay to the start of the second set.
Zweiter Satz, second set, Ausschlag Cobolli.
All is well.
Dankeschön, Damen und Herren. Thank you, players are ready.
If Cobolli can just continue this good form and build some momentum and increase the pressure, he'll give himself a chance. He has hit that inside-in forehand really well today, and the footwork has had to be immaculate.
Fortune. Spiel Cobolli.
Lightning quick hold at the start of set 2. So that's a nice start, gives himself a good platform here.
It's a big day for him, Chris. He's looking for only a 4th tour semi-final, but only a second above 250 level. So for a player on the rise, a young player, you know, all eyes at this time of year to the second Grand Slam of the year, beginning at the weekend at Roland Garros. But for him, this is a big couple of days ahead.
And it just underlines yet again how quickly bad form can be transformed into good form. Was all over the place coming into this week. Felix Auger-Aliassime was struggling as well, and he's turned his week around nicely.
And Etcheverry. He's won today.
He's done him again, back behind this time.
0-15, 15.
It's all going the Italians' way. Right idea. For once, the execution on the drop shot just found wanting. Definitely been a dip here from Bautista Agut.
Yeah, just a little weary looking forehand there. Actually, he's tightened up off that wing. He started rather erratically, didn't he? Had 5 unforced errors off the forehand in the first couple of games.
And the error's starting to flow again.
15-40.
He's in trouble here.
Grazie, 30-40.
It's away, and it's the forehand again that does the damage. And there's the early break, and there's the clench of the fist. He knows how important that was.
It's fine now. 2 games to love.
Yeah, he's looking keen and eager now, isn't he? And if Bautista Agut is tiring a little bit, then it's going to be very tough to turn it around from here. 17 winners from Cobolli compared with just 4 for Bautista Agut.
I wonder if he is just starting to feel it a little bit. That's unusual for Bautista Agut to go to the drop shot so early.
He's up to 16 errors now, which is the same number as Cobolli, but clearly it's the Italian going for that little bit more.
Nothing wrong with getting onto that drop shot.
15 on.
Oh, chance there. Ball's low. It's a lot of work to get it up and down, but it was makeable. Oh, goodness me.
Well, he misjudged the flight of that completely. Should have been in the perfect position for the drive volley, but got way too close to him.
And conditions not a factor, of course, under the roof. maybe.
Very different with this sort of big top style covering. The wind can absolutely still get in.
It's a shame. Got himself
40, 30.
nicely positioned at 30 all. He's done well there. Could have been awkward, but backs up the break nicely and in firm control as things stand. Early stages of set 2. Looking good here for a place in the semi-final. Points from Cobolli that we saw anyway. Well, there's a perfect reply, isn't there?
I mean, he's saying sorry to Cobolli there for sort of delaying the start of play, but nothing about actually taking 4 balls out of commission. That just seems a little...
Yeah, cutting loose now, Cobolli. Whatever the balls.
Yeah, Roberto might be asking for those old ones back, I think.
I've changed my mind.
I mean, why did he stop at 4? There's only 2 more to go.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's just all unravelling, isn't it, now for Bautista Agut? And Cobolli can just put this match to bed right now, if he can break for the second time, surely.
.45. 15-14.
No, not this time.
30-40.
Tú lo tienes, venga, vamos, vamos.
Danke.
Massive forehands from Cobolli. Gets the double break and in complete control now, seemingly, in this second set.
4 games to love.
Yeah, the younger man is really producing some fine tennis now. Thomas Martin Etcheverry will be watching this, I'm sure. He's waiting for the winner of this in the semi-finals.
No 15, love 15. Thank you, please. Players are ready. Thank you.
That's better.
15 beide. 15-all.
I'm not sure if it's overstating it, but it's barely recognisable, isn't he, Cobolli, from the level of the first round?
Yeah.
It's like a player reborn.
Rising 15, 30-15.
In that first round, he lost the first set 7-5 to Vitaly Sachko of Ukraine, who hadn't won a tour level match outside of Davis Cup.
Danke, danke.
Strange start to the tournament from Cobolli's point of view. It's not about how you started though, Chris. How will that final set be on Saturday in the final if he's there? That's the one that matters.
And he's closing in rapidly here.
Even a successful serve volley, just a shame the serve was a fault.
He's almost there. Cobolli in complete control of this second set. And just a game away now from booking his place in the last 4. He will feel good, the wind in his sails here. So quite the turnaround, and channeling his inner Bucharest, I would suggest. That was the other highlight of the year, wasn't it, which came out of nowhere. Maybe this is a second peak of 2025.
It is strange, isn't it? And you mentioned this a few minutes ago, how out of form players just seem to be hitting their straps here in Hamburg. Thomas Martin Echeverry's had a rotten clay court season, and this was his first semi-final in a year since reaching the final in Lyon last May. Felix Auger-Aliassime, another one. Lehechka is now out, but clearly a couple of wins for him after a patchy run. And Cobolli coming together at the right time, game away from putting out a former top 10 player.
Time.
The mountain to climb here.
Love 15.
Can't find a love set that he's lost, Bautista Agut, in over 3 years.
Terrific. He really has peppered that corner, that forehand corner, relentlessly today.
0-30, love 30.
He's really growing in confidence, isn't he? I mean, these are big blows, hefty blows.
Danke, bitteschön.
Bautista Agut has been thoroughly outplayed in the second set.
Oh, would you believe it? Well, that was going miles out, and the net brought it kindly back in. And what a way to bring up 3 match points.
Well, I suppose if you hit it hard enough, you've got a chance. But you've got to feel for Roberto Bautista Agut. He goes down as a winner, a 9th winner.
Oh, wonderful. What a way to reach another semi-final.
7-6, 6-love.
Virtually unrecognisable, the level from Flavio Cobolli today. He's got better and better, round by round. And he's through to his second semi-final of 2025. Talk about playing yourself into form. That was quite outstanding against a really formidable player. But eventually he ground him down, and after a tight first set, it was one-way traffic in the second. 7-6, 6-love.